anyone who's been to Alton Towers will know this piece of music, the spine-tingling tune that you hear while queuing up for the Nemesis. Visitors, though, have not heard it for the last 18 months because the ride was shut back in November 2022 for a huge refurbishment, which included the whole track being replaced. But in just 3 days' time, you'll be able to ride it again, except now it's called Nemesis Reborn and has a brand new look. We went to Alton Towers yesterday to see it and to speak to some of the creative minds behind the revamp. It looks brilliant, and dear me, there is a lot going on ahead of opening day on Saturday.
What's good about it is they're keeping some stuff back even from us.
Yeah.
So we had a good look around, we had a good nosy around, and there's some stuff that we're not allowed to say on the air that we saw because some of it is absolutely brilliant. They've released a lot of images to the public already, so you kind of get a sense of what it looks like. But the revamp looks incredible, the track looks amazing, and apparently there's going to be some special effects on Saturday that they've not released to anyone. There's going to be a few surprises if you are going to ride it Saturday, which we're looking forward to.
Now, we were lucky enough to be amongst the last people to ride the original version back in 2022, and while I was there I spoke to people at the time about why the ride was so popular, after we did a bit of screaming, obviously.
So here we go, up the iconic ramp. Here we go! Oh my days! This is amazing! How was it?
It was incredible. I've been on it so many times. It's like a second nature. The fact, because they're not changing the track, are they? They're just putting a new one in. But it's like, I'm never going to ride on that track again, which is quite sad.
In total, how many times would you say you've been for a ride on it?
At least 20, maybe 25, yeah?
What was it like to go on the last time for a while, Scarlett?
It was dead fun, but I hurt my ear.
What happened?
Basically, it was like dead rough, and I just went to the side.
How was it for you, Vicky?
First time for me on there, absolutely brilliant.
What makes it so good compared to the other rides that you've been on?
Your feet aren't doing anything, so you're just dangling. Absolutely amazing.
So that's what people had to say about the old Nemesis. Now, we can't tell you what it's like to ride the new Nemesis yet, because nobody's been allowed. Even the man who's designed it has not been on it yet.
No, John Burton, who's come up with the concept you're going to hear from him in just a second, we were speaking to him yesterday. He's like, no, I've not been on it. Not allowed on it till Thursday. so yeah, he's going to be one of the first to ride it, obviously, because he's helped redesign it. But yeah, we weren't allowed anywhere near it yesterday.
But there was a lot going on as we went along to Alton Towers yesterday to speak to a few people and have a sneak preview ahead of opening weekend.
Listen to that, all the hustle and the bustle of Alton Towers on the Nemesis Reborn site. The colour scheme is completely different. It's all reds and blacks and greys, the new track. The monster looks absolutely superb. And I feel under real pressure because the man whose dream this is with me, John Burton, who is the senior creative lead for Nemesis Reborn. You're looking very relaxed.
Yeah, I think today is a very exciting day. It's very busy, but I'm very excited to see all our guests on Saturday.
As we turn now and we just look at the colour scheme's the big thing that you notice straight away. How proud are you of it?
I'm really proud. I mean, when I first got offered the kind of idea of being part of this project, it was nerve-wracking. I mean, this is one of the UK's most famous roller coasters, and to be asked to say you've got to tell the next chapter in its story, make it feel and look different, taking that responsibility on, it's a big kind of feat to do, and I was nervous to do that to start with, but actually now getting to the end and looking back at it, it's like, what a job to get to do that.
The interesting thing there that I picked up on is the first thing you mentioned was the story of the ride rather than the technicalities and all the nuts and the bolts, etc. That means a lot to you, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, what we're trying to achieve here at Alton Towers is to really immerse people in storytelling, go really cinematic, make people feel like they're part of that, and that's what we've done with Nemesis. Back in 1994, it was quite a static alien creature, but what we've done with it now in Nemesis Reborn is we're telling a brand new story, the next next chapter of that, bringing it to life, making it feel alive as well, which I think is super exciting for our guests to come now experience that.
It's an exciting thing to take it on, but at the same time, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. Is it more excitement, more nerves, or is it a proper mixture of both, actually?
I'd say it's a proper mixture of both. It's nerve-wracking because obviously there's going to be a lot of critiques of this ride. It's world famous. You don't want to mess this up. But I think it's the excitement now. It's all buzz on site, because as you can hear, the noise, everyone's all hands on deck trying to get this thing ready for opening for everyone. I'm super excited to see everyone here on Saturday and see their reaction to it.
This is such a niche but brilliant, exciting, creative feel. What was it that made you want to come this way into the theme parks roller coasters?
I've always loved theme parks and roller coasters. Ever since I was a kid, I was obsessed with going on them, and I used to play the game Roller Coaster Tycoon, so I went and studied architecture. I got a job at the Sea Life Centre in Birmingham. I was actually a costume character at one point, running around as a sheep in a sea life. Don't ask me why. And then it just so happened after my architecture degree, a job came up at Merlin Imagine Maker, like, this is the opportunity now, I really want to take it. And as you said, it's so niche, but I was fortunate and lucky enough to get this position. I've been here now nearly 8 years, and to have this opportunity to work on Nemesis of all roller coasters, I mean, what an incredible thing.
What will Saturday mean to you? It's full, it's sold out, it's a grand reopening.
I think quite emotional. I think it's been quite a hard job, this one. It's been a challenge. There's so many eyes that have been on this, even across the world on it. So I think it'll be emotion, but happiness, excitement, and for me, it's all about the guest. It's about seeing their enjoyment and them taking away something from this, from all the hard work that the team has put into this. That's the end game for it.
Well, from this very, very small group of guests here today, thank you for letting us come in. Massive congratulations, because it looks absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, John.
Thank you so much.
We're now going to go and meet a guy called Dave Taylor, who's got so many facts and figures about this ride, it's untrue. I can't remember any of them. So let's go and see Dave and see what he's got to say. So walking around the area of Nemesis, just past Blade, just up the top there, the finishing touches are all being put on. We've got the guys doing some final bits of painting here. There's some pressure washing over there. So many staff on site, just making sure everything is perfect for the big reopening on Saturday. Dave Taylor, the project lead for Nemesis Reborn, is here, the man with the stats and the numbers. How are you, Dave?
I'm very good, thank you, yeah.
You're looking very, very chilled for a project lead.
It's all right, we're all doing really well. There's a lot of men on site, but like you say, it's all the finishing touches, patching up all the paving and everything.
Just tell us about the route that the ride takes. Now, the route is the thing that hasn't changed.
Absolutely, yeah. The route stayed perfectly the same, but obviously we've made improvements to the track with the running rails being a lot quieter now. The noise comes from the actual box section of the track.
Give me the key numbers then, mate. As we were walking through earlier, you've got so many numbers and stats and figures in your head. What have you got for me? The nuts and the bolts, etc.
Right, well, obviously we've replaced 89 columns, 53 lengths of track, put in over 670 ride anchor bolts, over 3,500 bolts that hold that all together as well, which are all torque tested, and everything's all striped, as we call it, for marking it up for purposes for our safety checks.
And as the monorail just goes above us here, the colours, what people will notice is different straight away. It's all red and black, and that's been done by a local-based team.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a three-man team from Burslem.
Happy?
Very happy, yeah. It's amazing. Watching these guys work, they're super talented, and we'll use them time and time again now.
As somebody who's lived, ate, slept and breathed this for so long, you must be able to take so much from Saturday when you see people back in here with the smiles on their faces.
Yeah, watching them all come back in, and especially the enthusiasts, which have had so many selfie cameras pointed at us and shown up on so much social media without us knowing it. But when we see them come running down that bank, we're going to really see some happy faces.
Top man, thank you for talking to us.
No problem, thanks very much.
Two cracking people who've been working so hard, Dave Taylor and John Burton. John, the man who's redesigned Nemesis. I'd done lots of prep on John before we went to see him yesterday, and you just know when someone doesn't look anything like what you're expecting. Somebody come walking up to me as we were standing next to the new Nemesis. He just went, "Hello mate, I'm John." I was like, "Hi John, you okay mate? You okay?" "Oh, you're the John!" Right. I was expecting you to look about twice your age.
The thing is, you imagine someone who engineers roller coasters to be a bit older but he's a cool guy, isn't he, John Burton? He looks like a cool guy, so you think, oh, it's him.
He looks very, very young. He's like my age, really, isn't he? So very, very young.
Well, youngish then.
But his work is incredible. It looks superb. Tickets for the day completely sold out for the opening Saturday. But if you're going along, let us know on the usual numbers. And BBC Radio Stoke's Liz Ellis will be doing her show live from Towers on Saturday morning, so you can hear all the excitement between 10 and 2. We heard Dave towards the end there mention the roller coaster enthusiasts, of which your son is one. This is like a massive, massive day in the roller coaster calendar.
It's an absolute big deal. Yeah, there's 2 big roller coasters in England opening this year, which is, well, Nemesis is reopening this Saturday, and there's another one down at Thorpe Park called Hyperia, which is also a John Burton creation. That's opening later this year, and my boy is hyped for both. This Saturday, after doing a 28-hour show with you, this Saturday we're going to be up at the crack of dawn to drive to Alton Towers and queue outside to make sure we get on quite early.
It's going to be brilliant. It looks superb, as you could hear in the background there. So many final touches being put in place, ready for opening day. Fresh coats of paint, pressure washers absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
Engineers, people in vans, just to make sure that opening day is perfect for the thousands and thousands of people who are going to go there. A massive day in the roller coaster calendar, a massive day in the Alton Towers calendar as Nemesis Reborn reopens after nearly 18 months away. The Nemesis.